Today we're going to make street style tofu. That's what I'm going to call it. And it's a quick and delicious recipe for tofu. So this one is a medium firm tofu. It's not extra firm. There's not a lot of medium firm, but I did find this medium firm that we do sell in Tesco now. And so that I emptied the water. I haven't done much with it. And so a lot of people use a tofu press. Look, I don't want to waste my time. I just want to start cooking, so I use my 2 hands and I just squeeze a little bit without breaking it. It just drips a little the water off of it. Perfect, it's good for me. And then I'm going to add this one to the bowl. Same with this other one, so I have 2 of them. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Again, just squeezing it with my hands. So today I'm going to season it with the hot and spicy Wicked barbecue rub. Now if you don't have access to the Wicked Kitchen barbecue rub in England, where I am filming this now, you can easily make your own. So I use 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of garlic granulars, a tablespoon of smoked paprika, a tablespoon of cayenne pepper or chili flakes, and also a tablespoon of onion granular. So really simple to make that, and you can add some extra herbs as well. But I'm going to use this today, so all I do is I'm going to add a little bit of oil so it sticks, just a little bit, and I'm going to rub that in. Actually just toss it around a little bit, just to get both sides. All right, turn on cast iron pan, getting that going, getting that wicked hot. And then I also preheated the oven to 200 degrees. It's almost there because we will be roasting it. So I'm going to use the barbecue rub, and you can see I'm going to add quite a bit. So a little bit's going to fall off the edge, but I want to get both sides really, really well. All right. So flip it over. And don't worry about, we're not going to waste any of this seasoning. We are going to use the rest of it. So. But I want it sticking on there. I want it really well coated, as you can see. It's really nice and coated, okay? So in addition to the barbecue rub, I'm going to use a little bit of salt and pepper. So just ground black pepper, probably another teaspoon, or half a teaspoon, sorry. Sometimes I get overdo it with the black pepper because I like it a lot. And a little bit of salt, so just a pinch of salt. All right, so I'm just going to test the pan. Almost there. I want it a little bit hotter. I'm going to add a little bit of oil now. And then we're going to add both of the tofus. Because these are medium, you want to be extra delicate with these. I'll save that bowl. Don't get rid of them with the extra spice in there because I'm going to use that. And so while this is cooking, I'm going to show you a really cool hack of blanching green beans. So take the green beans, 1 package of finely snipped green beans. I get them already snipped. I sometimes don't have time to sit here and pick green beans, so I buy them already snipped when I can. And I will have my trusty kettle that if there's anything I bring back home, if I ever come back to the US and stay, it's going to be one of these kettles because it's amazing how fast you can make tea and blanch vegetables. So I'm just going to crank that up. It takes 2 minutes. And then I have another separate bowl here. So I'm going to add the green beans right to this bowl. So this is a really quick way to blanch the green beans. And I'm also going to use a little bit of garlic. Quick peel. I'm just going to slice the garlic. And then that's going to go right in with the green beans. Okay, so the tofu's cooking up nicely. So I'm going to flip these. You can see that nice, beautiful color. It's got the really nice charring. All right, so I'm going to put the tofu in the oven for just 10 minutes for now, and then I'm going to make the crust, and I'll pull it out and we'll put the crust on, and then we'll pop it back in. But 10 minutes. Okay, so while that's in the oven, I will prep the green beans a little bit more. I'm just adding the water right to the beans, just to cover. And that's it. So we're going to let that sit for about 5 minutes. All right, guys, so what makes this tofu recipe super special is we're going to add a crust to it. So while it's baking off a little bit in the oven now, I'm gonna start to make what we're gonna crust it with. So we have the Wicked Baconaise mayonnaise. So if you don't have this, just take some plain vegan mayonnaise, add a little bit of smoked paprika, just a little bit to flavor it, a little smoky taste. You can add a little bit of maple syrup if you want to it. But this is now available in America, and it's also available here in England. So this is what we're gonna use. And I just like to take pretty much half or maybe a quarter of this container. I'm just gonna pour it in like, oops, that's probably way too much. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of panko breadcrumbs. Let's say like 6 tablespoons. And then I have some smoked shredded cheese. Today I'm using the Applewood smoked cheese I can get here in England, but in America, again, just whatever flavored vegan cheese you can get there. I know they sell different brands in different countries, so I'm just gonna use a good size. It's probably, it's 1 handful, guys. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt and pepper. I'm gonna mix that up. And the panko, what it does is really help it stick together like that, so it's nice. It's not loose. See that? So now what I want to do, in addition to that, I'm going to add some of this green onion. So I'm going to add that in there and then mix it all up. And we'll add this to the tofu as soon as it comes out. So after the beans have soaked a little bit, we're just going to strain the water right out of them. All right, so I'm going to grab that tofu out of the oven. Nice. So it looks perfect. Where's my tongs again? Flipping over. It looks beautiful. It smells delicious. Now I have this. Remember, these pans are freaking hot. So always have that towel handy. So to add the crust, you just take that mixture we made. I'm just going to try to keep it on top of the tofu. You can use firm tofu. It's not as wiggly wobbly. I love that creamy texture, and these flavors just amazing. So I'm just trying to spread it evenly on top of the tofu. Now we're gonna pop this back in the oven for a good 15-20 minutes. 200 degrees Celsius, 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's get that back in, and then I'll prep up the green beans. All right, so for the green beans, we have that extra spice that was in the bowl, so the extra barbecue spice. So I'm just gonna add the green beans right to that bowl. I'm gonna add just a little bit of oil, just to coat. It's about a tablespoon, and just toss. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of more black pepper and a pinch of salt. And so when the tofu comes out, I'm gonna remove that tofu. We'll use that same pan to heat up the green beans and finish them off. Just like keep super minimal pan use. Let's keep it clean, keep it easy, keep it fast. All right, guys, so the tofu should be ready. Look at that, it's looking gorgeous. All right, let me grab a spatula for this. So what we'll do is we'll take the tofu out. Look at that, amazing. So I'm just gonna add the green beans that we tossed in the sauce, plus in the same seasoning, and then plus all the seasoning that's still in the pan. That's why I like to use cast irons. I'm just gonna add them right to it. If I wanna get a little fancy, I have a little bit of white wine, or you can use water. All right, so to finish it off, what I like to do, I'm just gonna have the tofu right back onto here. And pop this in the oven again. 5 more minutes tops, just to cook those green beans, and then we'll be done. All right, so it should all be ready now, and we'll just pull it out. Looks great. Goes great with chips, whipped potato, jasmine rice, brown rice. This is a great dish. So now to garnish it, what I did was I took a little bit of barbecue sauce, any kind you want, mixed it with about a quarter of the mayonnaise, the Baconaise mayonnaise, or just plain mayonnaise, and then also about a quarter of sriracha. So it's a spicy, barbecue-y condiment that I keep around the house just because it's amazing. So what I'm going to do is garnish this. I'm going to use a little bit of the mayo as a garnish. So we use this in the beginning, right? And then for the barbecue sauce, same. That looks delicious. And I know it is. And then I'm going to top it with some green onions. All right, so I'm going to try this now, you guys. Oh yeah, look at that. This is delicious, crispy, cheesy, seasoning spot on. Man, it's so good. You're gonna love it. All right guys, so there you have it. This is the street style barbecue tofu with green beans. Enjoy, it's amazing. You're gonna love it. Hey, so we just shot our first video in a long time of the street style tofu, me and Miss America. So swipe up for the recipe. She's looking at the food, she's waiting for it.